It is important to know that there are basic rules that govern our universe in a world where people are always trying to be happy and successful. We live by these rules every day, even if we aren't aware of them. As with the laws of physics and electricity, there are laws of success and abundance that can help you reach your biggest goals if you follow them properly. Imagine being able to reach your full potential, develop an attitude of abundance, and every day do things that move you closer to your dreams. This book will teach you how to plant the seeds of your inner wishes and grow them so they produce lots of food. You will learn to be very clear about what you want, see your goals clearly in your mind, and be thankful for the good things that are coming your way. But this isn't just theory. This book gives you a specific, step-by-step plan that will help you get rich at every stage, from changing how you think about money to making habits that help you succeed. Through real-life examples and tasks meant to make you think and act, each part is meant to give you the tools you need to create the life you want. Each page of this book tells you how to make real changes. Imagine what your life would be like if all of your dreams came true and all of your goals were met. This audiobook will not only teach you the basic rules of success, but it will also give you ways to put those rules into practice in your everyday life. You'll learn how every little change can have a big effect on your path to wealth, from how important it is to have a clear vision to how important it is to keep a positive and persistent attitude. In other words, get ready for an amazing change. Your inner power is about to be revealed. This power can help you live a more meaningful life and achieve levels of success you never thought possible. Your journey to becoming the person you've always wanted to be will get better with each word, principle, and plan you hear. Today, I want to talk about something very important that has helped me get a lot of things in life. There are some simple rules that govern our world that I know not many people are aware of, but some people use them anyway, even though they don't know about them. Sometimes we wonder why certain things happen to us. After getting certain things, our lives seem to stop moving for a while. There is no action or movement. Everything seems to be still. There are basic rules that govern the world that will help you if you know how to use them. These rules will help you understand why these things happen. Let's talk about a couple of them, like everyone knows about the law of gravitation. We're not sure how it works, but it does. Everyone can use it. It doesn't matter if you're a saint or not. Though you may be a saint, if you jump off a 20-story building and fall on a concrete curb, you will be sick or hurt. The same thing will happen to you if you are a thief and do the same thing. In a sense, it doesn't matter whether you're good or bad. You will get hurt if you break the law of gravity. We can all use the law of power. Putting a light bulb in a socket can light our homes if we know how to do it right. We will get shocked and burned if we stick our finger in. Electricity can either light up or burn down your house. For all the good things that energy will do for us, you can cook and cool things with it. You don't have to know a lot about electricity. You can do it without being smart. One of the best electrical engineers in the world can only do one thing when he pushes that button: turn on the lights. A 3-year-old can do the same thing. In the end, it doesn't matter. It will work for you. There are laws of success. There are laws against lack, laws against poverty, laws against wealth, laws against hate, laws against love, and laws against peace. The rules are all very simple. Great things will happen to us if we use them right. We'll get in trouble if we use them wrong. Now, one thing that has always bothered me about the books I've read about setting goals, positive thinking, and positive goals in life is that they all explain how to set 10 goals and then only reach 2 of them. Many of you have probably read these books too. There's no law of gravity here because we fail at 8. It seems to not work all the time. We're not always using the right law, which is one reason why it doesn't always work. First, we'll use part of the law. The law of averages will then give you a portion of your goals. What happened to all the other goals you had in life? You say, "Wow, wasn't that great? It happened to me." As long as you follow this easy plan, you can have anything you want and be anyone you want to be. It's an easy and basic situation. There is no trouble at all. If you do them in a simple way, these science things will always work. The first thing we need to understand is that we want to be farmers. We are going to plant seeds, and the seeds we plant will be the ones we gather. Everyone knows that if you put a tomato seed, you'll get tomatoes, not pickles. You won't get oranges or radishes if you put a watermelon seed. People, you need to plant radish seeds if you want radishes. Plus, you have to put the seed the right way when you do it. That's not going to grow if you don't plant it right. For the normal person in our country, one of the biggest problems is that they spend a lot of time and money on gathering tools, but don't know how to plant and grow crops. We don't want to plant or nurture because we want to gather. At this point, putting seeds in the ground is very much the same thing that happens in the thought world. We are born with two minds, the aware mind and the inner mind. Our mind can choose at any time where we want to go, what we want, or what we don't want. It is the only mind in the animal world that has both an aware mind and a subconscious mind. With this perfect thought of ours, we can choose whether we want to do something or not. We are free to eat or not eat. We are free to choose not to drink. In this world, we have the power to choose what we want in a house, a car, clothes, and everything else. We can choose any type of furniture, house, or other thing at any time. And this is where most people go wrong. They just set their goals. What are your goals? Write them down. I want a house, I want a car, I want some furniture, and I want some money, says a man. A man sets goals. He now has a lot of seeds, say apple seeds. It was easy to plant the apple seeds because we had 50 different kinds. When the apples grew up, they were all different kinds. You didn't say which kind of apple seeds you wanted. You just said, "I wanted the red ones." So we need to learn how to explain. You've heard of the word visualize. You need to learn how to do this. If you visualize something strongly enough, it will come into your life. We are always picturing things that will happen in our lives, but most of the time we picture bad things. We imagine bad things happening to us because, let's be honest, we live in a bad world. I could ask Joe, "How are you feeling today?" And he would say, "Fine, fine." But the next day I would ask him how he feels, and he would say, "I feel terrible. My stomach hurts, and I hurt all over." And he would go into such a beautiful performance that you would think he was an actor. But when he's happy, he just says, "Fine." Why don't people say, "I feel great, I feel wonderful, I feel so great that I hope all the wonderful things in the world happen to me today"? In other words, talk about the good things in life with some feeling. When I ask, "How's business going for you?" you say, "Fine." But if you're having a bad day, you say, "Lousy." Let me tell you, it's "I'm having a lousy time." People love saying bad things. They move around with them for some reason. They keep talking about bad things that happen to them even though they don't want them. They are very good at painting beautiful pictures of loss and not having what you want. When I say internal, everyone starts to shake right away. One guy says to combustion, "You know what I thought you?" He starts drawing pictures and says, "By the way, I wonder what I did with that last year. I wonder if they'll find that." Then he says, "I can see the guy walking in the door now. I wonder when he'll be here. I wonder what he looks like." And he draws more beautiful pictures. The guy then knocks on his door. He made the picture and brought it into his life. That's the funny thing about making things. We are makers. We bring everything to ourselves. Nothing comes to us. Things that happen to us in this world don't come from other places. You made your dress, your coat, your tie, your collar, your neighborhood, your friends, and your senators. Don't say I'm to blame for the people you met. It was you who got that person to come when you booked them. You didn't care who it was as long as they got in, and soon you were helping a lot of them. Then you told me, "You know what? Cha, I've got a lousy dealer group." Well, you won't say that to me again once you understand these rules. I would never talk about you because there are too many of them here. That's what I mean when I say that we draw what we are. So loud is what I am that I can't hear what you say. Be careful about what you make, because everything you say comes from you. Watch out. It's tough to picture something. Let's do something. Think about a Boeing 77. Now, what does a 77 look like? Some people have been in them, but I've only seen one in the sky once. It's hard to picture one. Would you like to picture a car or a stole? I have no idea why I keep saying stole. My wife must be picturing one. It makes me feel that way every time we go to New York. We need to learn how to talk about things. I'm going to talk about something now because it's very important to you. Do your best to remember what I say. That quick, you can change your life. You can have a great life. If you do these simple things, good things will happen to you every day. I'm going to talk about one thing now, a car. I'm going to talk about a car because it's simple to explain and everyone can understand it right away. I'm not going to talk about a Chevy. Instead, I shall speak of a Cadillac. Ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about a Cadillac, I'm not talking about a real Cadillac. I'm talking about the Cadillac idea in clothes, in the home, and in the things that you really want. Not the kind of money you say, "Well, I need to have money to buy a Cadillac." A Cadillac can be yours even if you don't have much money. A lot of great things can happen to you. You can get these things from a lot of strange places. It's possible for great things to happen to you if you believe what I say. Your income can grow by 2, 3, or 4 times. I knew what I had in mind, and it was a red Cadillac Roadster. In all my years, I had never owned a Cadillac. You most likely don't want a red Cadillac right now. I decided right down to my socks that I wanted one. In the end, I had a red Cadillac convertible, and my income went up so much that it didn't cost me anything. This is image making. This is a good way to think about the things you want. A lot of people give up on their dreams because they think about the things they don't need. Do you want a new Cadillac? I ask someone. I want one, but I can't afford it. It has nothing to do with money. I just want to know what you really want. Most people are afraid to say what they want in life. They think it will cost them something. If your current monthly income is $1,000 and it doubles to $2,000, you can buy a Cadillac. You can buy 2 Cadillacs. You can buy 5 Cadillacs. Don't worry about making money. I only want to talk about the beginning. How about the Cadillac? What are you going to do? When I ask Pete what he wants, he says, a Cadillac. Don't forget that I'm going to give it to him. It's mine to give him. He does not need to worry about anything because he does not have any money. Pete, what do you want? I ask. A Cadillac, he replies. Okay, Pete. This is where people go wrong. He says, I don't want a Cadillac model 1936. I told him, you just told me you wanted a Cadillac. He replied, I want a 62 Cadillac. I asked him, why didn't you tell me, Pete? Why didn't you tell me? That's how people set their goals. He wants an orange or green Cadillac, not just a Cadillac. He makes it clear when he says, I want a red one. You know, it's hard to describe in your mind up here. The first thing you do is write down what you mean on a piece of paper, a red 1962 Cadillac that could be turned into a coupe. I'm now going to talk about a car. You can choose any kind of car. The 1962 Cadillac is red and convertible. It has a white top, white seats, a red floor, white wall tires, power windows, and other features. I tell him, don't worry about it. You're getting it for free. He says, I'll take it then. Then he says, I'm going to put it all down then. That's right. Describe everything about it. And once he has it all, the perfect picture will be up here because he described it. You can see it more clearly after writing it down. Writing it down here gives you the picture. In that way, you describe the things you need in this world. Once you have a clear picture of that Cadillac in your head, you have the seed. You want to plant it, but you haven't done so yet. Now, the most important thing is to let that seed go. That thing has to be set free and planted. And right now, writing down the idea on this piece of paper is the best way to plant that seed. Thanks. That's the rule of acceptance. It's crazy how many people in the world can't accept their possessions. You'll be shocked. Thank you means you agree with it. I'm going to have it. I know it's mine. Then you fold up this piece of paper that has your goal, dream, or wish written on it and put it away. Put it somewhere under a blanket or in a box. Just put it away and don't look at it or carry it around. You are putting it in your subconscious mind when you do this. It starts to work after you accept it and store it in your subconscious mind. The idea has been set in your subconscious mind when you keep this thing after you've described it. You put it away and promise yourself you'll never look at it again. People, the reason is like putting a seed in the ground. It doesn't matter how many times a day you dig up that seed and look at it. Nothing will happen. If you want to see someone who didn't believe, look at the farmer who dug up the seed to see if it was still growing. That shows a lack of faith. The rules of growth are very important to him, and they are also very important to us humans. Those are the ways we mess up. As soon as we put something in the subconscious mind, it's there, along with the dream. The dream and the Cadillac start moving toward you, and things start happening out here. The next thing you know, it's getting closer to you. If you take it out and look at it, we say, "I wonder where it's coming from." This is a clear sign that you don't believe. I wonder when it will happen and how it will happen. By doing this, friends, you are casting question on your law, and it will not happen. It won't come to you. After you put the seed in the subconscious mind, what will happen to it? As you drive down the street or talk to a friend in a diner, all of a sudden there will be a red Cadillac convertible with a white top. It will hit you again, and you'll see your dream. It will happen again and again. It will keep coming back to you, because this is how the global law talks to you. This is all in your mind. There is no voice. When this dream comes true, it means that it's on its way to you. It's on its way. It's just around the corner. That's why you don't ask how, when, or where. You just say, "Thank you," because you know it's on its way. And right away after that, you forgot about it again. And what would you do if you really, really wanted a red Cadillac coupe? What would you do if you really deeply desired one and you knew it was on its way? Wouldn't you be excited? You'd see the time and think, "Man, it's almost here." You'd walk taller, look taller, be happy, be full of good vibes, and act differently. You would have great things happen to you. Where does having a good mood fit in? Because it's the rule of hope, it immediately makes you feel good. Things will go well. Everything is going to work out for you because you set the right seeds. You're immediately a cheerful person because good things are going to happen. Friends, don't just plant one seed, plant a lot of them. With this simple process, you can have or be anything you want in this world, whether it's something you can see or something you can't. Follow this basic and easy little process that I just told you, and you will never be able to keep success from coming in. This is the way things work in life, and all of you have done it. Maybe you didn't fully understand how you did it, but give it some thought. To explain why you only get 1 or 2 things out of 10, you didn't know the right way to do it. You know how to do it now, so you can handle anything in the world. Kids, our kids, people. Parents often tell their kids, "You'll never make it, Junior," when the kid says, "I'm going to be President of the United States." This is a great thing to say to a child whose mind is still developing. There's a voice in the mind telling it can't do it because it's not smart enough. The kid says, "When I grow up, I'll be a rich man and have everything in the world." You tell him, "Son, you're going to have to learn a lot. You don't know how to handle money. You need to learn how to use that old elbow grease." Anyone who's ever made a lot of money will tell you that elbow grease is up here. What do you want to say to Junior now? Kids should always hear, "Junior, you are the kind of child who can have anything in this world. You have the ability and intelligence to go anywhere, do anything, and have everything in this world. It is yours because you are that kind of child." Let's plant these ideas in our kids' minds. Many kids in this country are taught what to think instead of how to think. What are we then? We are kids, though we are a little older than most kids. We're bigger kids now, and we need to start figuring out what we want in life. Not just things you can touch. I'm also talking about things you can't see or touch. What do you want to be? What kind of person would you like to be? Would you like to find love more often? Then you need to learn how to love others. You will always have something if I don't give you everything I have. I get back more than I sent. I give a lot of hate if I have a lot of hate in my life. That means I shouldn't give hate if I don't want it to come into my life. I should not talk about other people if I don't want them to talk about me. I get back everything I send with feeling. I don't understand every thought I have because I didn't plant my seed correctly. I wasn't able to really picture it. How many of you women have thought of a lovely dress or other lovely thing that you don't have? How many of you would love a mink stole? When my wife first talked about getting a mink stole a few years ago, I asked her, "Where are you going to get it? How are you going to afford it?" I didn't understand these things. Did you know that when you say mink stole, what a surprise? I had no idea that this country had so many mink stoles in all sorts of styles, colors and designs. What do you mean you don't know what kind you want? How do you know if you'll get it? What's cool about this? Everyone else in the world, and I only say that because we're all everyone else in the world, and I say average because the people I'm talking to are smart, not people very low on the totem pole. I'm speaking to a group of smart people, and I say, look at it for yourself. It's a simple question. Do you know what you want out of life? What is it that you really want? What is something real that you want in this world? Something you can touch, smell, and feel. What do you want out of life? The amazing thing is that I doubt 2% of people can tell me, describe it, and then just say it. What does success mean to you? What do you want? Explain it. Note it down. Describe your dream in great depth. On that piece of paper, write it down so clearly that you can picture it in your mind. Also, write thank you on it when you're done. Put that seed away after planting it. That thing will start to take shape and show up in your life. That's anything, people. Someone says, "I'm going to build the Statler Hotel." Do you know why that won't work for him? It might not work for the guy, but I don't think it will work for nearly everyone else. Do you know why? He has no idea how to get it. He can describe it, write it down, and say thank you for it, but he can't plant the seed. Besides, he can't because he can't even picture getting the Statler Hotel. That's the reason. Also, don't forget that you have to accept this. You'll understand. People, I talk about a Cadillac with regular people who have normal jobs. When I ask them, "Would you like to have a Cadillac?" they say, "No, I don't want a Cadillac." When I ask them why they don't want one of them says, "Because they are expensive to maintain." That's why he doesn't want one. He hasn't reached that point yet. But watch as he moves from one car to another. He is changing himself so that one day he will be able to buy Cadillacs as easily as most people buy shoes. You can grow. You can broaden your mind. They have such a great way of picturing things. Boy, you've got to watch out for people. You'll get caught if you're not careful. They are always being lied to. Do you see how our minds make these pictures? People are going to spend the morning getting ready for a great day. We're going to get ready for a great day tomorrow morning. We're going to have the best day of our lives when we go out. I asked him, "How are you going to start the day? What are you going to do?" He replied, "Well, the first thing I'm going to do is go out on the porch." He had planned to read some positive thinking in the newspaper while sitting on the porch. He will keep looking until he finds something really bad if he doesn't find it there. His wife will then hear about it and be told, "Guess what I found in the paper?" He will then begin to talk about a marriage that ended in divorce and the children killed themselves, and he will keep talking about it. He'll say, "Imagine that," and then he'll explain it. And the bad mood will begin. His wife will get worse, and he will get even worse. It's so bad for him by the time breakfast is over that he doesn't even like his dog. He feels good about himself and goes out into the world. Folks, do you see how silly it is? These are some of the silly things people do when they don't understand why success doesn't always come their way. Wonderful things are coming. Let's come up with new ideas. Let's not be stars as thoughts bounce off of them. Let's be suns. Let us be the ones who make light. Let's come up with ideas together, because we can all do that. That guardian, like the conscious mind, can let any thought through to the subconscious mind whenever it wants. People are thinking about us. We can think about anything that exists in the world, but we can't think about nothing. Now, try to picture what nothingness looks like. Think about that. There is no way at all. That means we are thinking people, and our minds are always full of thoughts. Where do these ideas come from now? You didn't think that thought. It may have been something you didn't even know. All of a sudden, it comes to you, and you think to yourself, "Well, that's a little silly, isn't it? That couldn't happen to me." And then you push that thought away. Also, why not accept it if it's a good idea? Stop, think about it, and accept it. Allow it to happen. And these things always show up for you. You have a bad thought and think, "Wow, that's a good negative thought." Then you start to think about it, and your face starts to furrow. You think about it some more, and you make a nice picture of it. You put it in your subconscious mind, and then think, "Wow, another bad thing is going to happen to me." Have you ever caught yourself thinking about something you didn't want to think about for 5 minutes, and then asked yourself, "Why am I thinking about that nasty thing?" We all do it. People, we do it all the time. But we can stop now if we want to. We can change our minds and think something good instead. If you don't want to think about oranges, you can think about bananas instead. Think about having plenty instead of not having enough if you don't want to feel poor. Think about love instead of hate if you want to stop. Think about something good if you don't want to think about something bad. What does that mean? It's possible to think about it, dream about it, and do other things. If you plant all the right seeds, great things will happen. Write down 20 wonderful seeds you plant. Explain. Thanks. Put them deep in your mind. To get rid of them, put them away. The law says that they will come back, so every time they do, just say, "Thank you." Don't think about it because it is already there. After saying thank you, move on. Plant 10, 15, 20, or 30 of these wonderful seeds, and trust me, friends, they will fly. Amazing things will happen in your life. Don't be scared to do this. You shouldn't show your goals and dreams to your wife, husband, children, or friends if they don't agree with you. All of those wonderful things will happen if you plant your seeds deeply and in private. Then, when they see the fruits, they'll think, "I don't know what happened to this person, but everything they touch turns to gold." That's the key. Plant your seeds correctly. On this trip, we've talked about the universal rules of success and wealth and how they can change our lives in deep and permanent ways if we understand and use them. These lessons have taught you that the key to getting rich and successful is not just what we do, but also how we think. You can plant the seeds of success in your subconscious mind by clearly picturing your goals, being clear about what you want, and acting with faith and thanks. If you plant these seeds in the right way, they will grow and bring you lots of good things. Remember that everything you do, say, and think is like setting a seed in your life. You need to think good thoughts, say affirmations, and do things that are in line with your dreams and goals if you want to be rich, happy, and successful. You now know that visualization is a very useful skill. Your inner mind will know what you really want if you picture your goals and wishes in great detail. It's not enough to just picture things, though. Believing that what you've imagined is already on its way to you is what you need to do. You also need to be glad, because being thankful for something that hasn't arrived yet causes it to come. It is important to know that getting more stuff is not the only way to be wealthy and successful. These quotes are about living a life with meaning, love, and happiness. You should strive to be the best version of yourself and make the world a better place. People, chances, and tools you need to reach your goals will come to you when you live with purpose and desire. Here are some useful tips to help you stay on track as you continue your journey to wealth. Write down and rewrite your goals. As you change and grow, your goals can change too. Take the time to look over your goals often and change them if necessary. Make sure they are in line with your most important beliefs and goals. Be thankful every day. That's because being thankful draws more of what you're thankful for into your life. Every day, start and end, be thankful for the good things in your life and the good things that are coming. Keep your mood upbeat. How you talk and think about your life shapes what you do and how you feel. Even when things are hard, try to think and say good things. Do something amazing. You can't just think and plan. You have to do things that get you closer to your goals. Pay attention to your gut and act with confidence and resolve. Put yourself around upbeat people. The people you spend time with can affect how you think and how successful you are. Get around people who will help you, motivate you, and push you to do better. Do not stop learning. Growing as a person is a process that never ends. Look for ways to learn and grow, like through books, classes, training, or just living your life. Lastly, keep in mind that you are in charge of your own life. There is power inside you that can change your life and help you reach your goals. Rich people and success are available to everyone who is ready to work for them and follow the rules that govern them. Thanks for coming along with us on this journey of change.